saucepan, I'm taking half cup of sugar to make caramel. You'll slowly see it will dissolve and turn into a dark color of caramel. And as you can see, I put the flame in a low heat, and I took a baking pan and I put it aside just so when it's done I can pour that in the pan and it won't get hardened in the saucepan. So that's why we need to make sure to have the pan ready and we can pour the caramel in the pan right away. As you can see, I make sure that my caramel turned out to be dark, and if you prefer light you can take it out as early as possible just so your caramel color is not as dark. And after you pour that in the pan, we're gonna let it sit until we make our pudding batter. We gotta make sure just so that everything is in one place. In a large bowl, I'm taking each eggs and making sure that nothing's in there and it's clean, because sometimes in the eggs there's red thing in there and nasty stuff in there. So we gotta make sure that our eggs are clean, and I'm cracking 8 eggs in total in a large bowl. And after we put 8 eggs in the bowl, we gotta whisk that in. And here I'm gonna give you guys a little tip. What you can do is take a separate bowl and crack the eggs in there, and then if it's something in the egg, take it out and then put in the big bowl that we are using. That's gonna help you make sure that if the egg is not good, you can throw that out, toss that in, and then grab a new egg and do the same process. Here I'm taking pure vanilla. We gotta make sure that we take pure vanilla because it can make a change in our dessert. So make sure that we grab pure vanilla for the best result. Here I'm taking a whisk and whisking it, and you can use hand whisker, hand blender, or KitchenAid just to mix up everything, but I'm taking a hand whisker because we don't need a lot to mix. And I'm taking, after I add vanilla, I added a splash of vanilla, and here's the condensed milk. You can see the consistency. It's really thick. Instead of using the Milkmaid or the condensed milk, you can also use a cup of sugar. I'm taking a whole can of condensed milk and pouring it in the bowl with the mixture of vanilla and eggs and whisking that in so that there's no lumps, not even lumps, so that it's mixed in well. Whisk that in. After that, we are going to take a can of evaporated milk. All this is a milk which is reduced by boiling it. You can also boil the milk at home, get that in room temperature, and then pour that in. This is a can of evaporated milk that we usually get in grocery stores. I put that in, I whisk it in, so I'm taking a whisk and whisking that in the bowl just to make sure that everything is mixed in. as you guys can see that we only need less ingredients and we'll get a delicious dessert. So I'm taking a strainer and straining that in because sometimes in eggs there's a white sticky thing that it is not nice to have when we are eating something. So make sure that we strain our liquid into a strainer and we have lump free batter or the liquid that we just made. And we're gonna give a bath bake. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a tray and we're gonna pour the water halfway through a warm water, and tap water is fine. And then we're gonna put that in the oven for an hour depending on your oven. And we're gonna put that in the fridge for 4 hours or overnight. This is how it looks. We're gonna turn that in the cake board or whatever you're gonna use to make a turn. And then we're gonna tap that out. Here you go. This is the end result. And I'm gonna cut a piece and show you guys how creamy this is. Love the color of the caramel, how it turned out. This is the perfect way to celebrate a holiday, just to have a dessert when you're craving something sweet. Easy recipe, to go recipe is what I call. And it has a perfect amount of sugar in there. Here you go. And if you want me to use sugar instead of condensed milk and instead of evaporated canned milk, if you want me to use the milk, reduced milk, homemade reduced milk, and with sugar, comment down below so I can make a video on that. And don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. And comment down below if you guys try this out, and trust me guys, you won't regret.